Alright, gang, welcome back to our Pioneer Challenge on Alone in the World. Do you join me? December day 2. On our way, again, back to June. We've got some things to accomplish today. So we've got a little bit more money in the bank, and that's because I told you I was going to sell a couple of these trees. I didn't sell everything. If you recall in the last episode, I talked about we're going to make a big field down here, and we are going to do that one today for sure. And then I was going to make a skinny one next to these two fields that kind of goes all the way up towards our main farm there. There's some trees here I'd have to get rid of to do that. I have not done that yet. I don't know if we'll do it today or not, but we have that option. Now, one other thing is over there where the hill is that had a bunch of trees on it, I may go into that a little bit, and there's a lot of stumps up there, a lot of stumps. So I've got the tractor already hooked up to the stump grinder. We're going to be utilizing that, I think, a good portion here early on. But before we do that, I think I'm actually going to drop it off the tractor after I put Jester back in his pen here. And I think I'm going to get the plow out because I think it's just going to be easier to see where all the stumps are instead of just having to try to drive around and hopefully see them. I think it's just going to be easier if I plow up the ground. It'll be much more obvious where the stumps are, I guess. Alright, he is good to go for today. How's his food doing, actually, now that I say that? He's okay. He's alright. We're going to need some more food here soon, but he's okay. He's okay for now. We got a long ways to go before any field's really ready to harvest, so the only one that may be ready is oat sometime soon, which is good, alright? That's what we want for him, so, but that's still a couple of months out, for sure. Probably February-ish, maybe? So let's drop this off real quick. Let's get the plow hooked up, and we'll start plowing out a field here, at least an outline of the field that we want. Now, I don't think I'm going to go up the entire extent of the hill where all the trees are, but I'm going to go up at least a little bit of it. I'm going to try to, the best I can, it's probably not going to be perfect, but I'm going to try the best I can to keep it kind of somewhere in the same vicinity, at least going this way towards the farm, of the end being very similar to where the end of this one is. Something around that, along those lines, I think. Obviously going to keep a little space there between that field and this field. We still have trees up here to get rid of. You can see the two trees specifically I'm talking about. So I'm kind of just going to... That's kind of going to be our line, our barrier line right there. Right with these trees. There's a big old stump right there. Set my tractor all completely off the area I wanted to go. I'll turn this on, even though it doesn't give me the actual barrier. I kind of... sort of know where it is. Kind of. Alright, there's a lot of stumps in here to get rid of. So somewhere around in there, I think, is going to be good. Maybe we expand it a little bit more down there, make it a little bit of an awkward shape, maybe. I think I went a little bit too far there. Oh well. Close enough. Close enough. You get the point. So that's our other field we're going to make. Now, what am I going to put in here? I don't know yet. I'll probably put more oat in this one, honestly. I don't think we're going to need as much oat as we're going to end up making, but it's just kind of where my initial thought is, at least on it. So if you look at the map, yeah, we have a lot more room. We could take it down here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's take it down there a little bit further. Why not? Oh, of course, my controller batteries are low. Why is it every time I start one of these, my controller batteries are low? Never fails. Alright, let's go right here. Well, it's not a huge extension, but it is an extension nonetheless. It will make us a little bit more money. Yeah, I'm okay with that. That gives us plenty of space from the edge of the map there. Well, the edge of our land there, I should say. The edge of well, I was going to say field. It's not really field, but the edge of the plot of land we own, right? How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Still a little bit behind from everything that's going on, but I'm starting to catch up. Starting to get caught up here. Just a note for tomorrow, the episode that comes out tomorrow is what I mean. It will be the next campaign map. Bit of a spoiler, so if you don't want to hear or don't want to know what it is, then close your ears for about 10 seconds. I'm going to do Zielonka, which is a little bit out of order from the way that they came out, right? Technically, there's the aggro horse as well, but we're not. I don't think we're going to do that one unless we have the time. We're just going to do the other two, so the Silver Run, Silverwood, whatever it's called, and then Zielonka. So we're going to wait for Silver Run because it's mostly tree work that we're going to be trying to do there. I want to have some big tree work equipment that I've never used. So we want as much money as we possibly can. So we're going to do Zielonka first. And then maybe we come back to the aggro, horse aggro, whatever it's called. Maybe, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't recall, actually. Is it a DLC? I forget now. I forget if it's like a free DLC that came out, or if it's one you had to pay for. I completely forget. But either way, that one might just get the shaft a little bit, I guess. Just because of time alone. Just specifically time, right? We'll see how long we're on Zielonka for, and then how much time we have left for Silver Run, Silverwood, whatever. I don't know why I can't think of the name of it. Silver something. We'll see how long we have for that. And then we'll kind of probably make our decision from there, I guess, if we're going to come back to that one to end it or not. The nice thing about the aggro one is if we do decide to come back to that to end it, the fields there, except for maybe a handful, are gigantic, truly ginormous. So in my eyes, that's probably best to end with that one anyway, because we'll probably have the biggest equipment that we possibly can have at that point. We'll have, tons of money, hopefully. So that's kind of where I'm at least with that. But I'm sure somebody in the comments will correct me if I'm wrong on the aggro. I swear it's like a free DLC, but it might be something you paid for. It might have been like really cheap, like $5 or something. I don't recall. I really don't recall. Anyway. So it's a decent-sized field here. It's actually a really big field, honestly, if you're looking at it. Really, really big. There are some stumps that we're going to have to get rid of here in the middle, which I kind of mentioned in the beginning, which I think is the main reason why I'm rolling it this way, right? Where we're trying to plow it up first before we're getting rid of the stumps. It's just going to be so much easier. I mean, you saw it firsthand already, how easily those stumps stick out when you've plowed them, or you've plowed around them, I should say. Right there is prime example. Look at those. I don't have to drive around trying to hope that I hit them all. I honestly might get rid of those other two trees here while we're at it too. I don't think I'm going to expand the field any further up to where those trees are, but it'd probably just be easier for the harvester when that time comes, right? I think this is already going to be relatively difficult for the harvester because it's pretty hilly. Now, we could spend a little bit of money and try to flatten it out a little bit, and I probably end up doing that. I don't think it's really going to help that much, but it may help a little bit. This actually may be way too hilly for the harvester, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I want to check the used market here in a few minutes as well, just to see if there's anything out there for us. You guys all know that I love checking the used market every episode. We got lucky in the last episode. We got this John Deere, and we got that Harvester as well, so really lucky. So I suspect there's not going to be anything crazy out there for us, but I mean, if there is, we could always get rid of a few more trees and probably get to that amount if we don't have it already. We don't have the amount we need already, right? We're going to try to get this a little more traditional. I'm going to go straight here. While we're doing that, let's see. These two were in there last time. Ooh, that sprayer is really nice, but $252,000. That's a lot of money. I don't think. Well, I mean, we probably could get there. I'd have to sell a bunch of trees, but I don't think that's necessarily something we need right now. I mean, it would be nice. It'd be nice to have it. I'm not even going to lie. It would be really nice to have that. It would make mincemeat of all these fields, these large fields I've made, right? We'd be able to spray them in no time. So maybe we do it. Maybe we do. I'll think about it. Again, I don't want to go too overboard. Like, I think a little bit of the wood chips right now is a slight, well, unrealistic is not the correct word, because that's what the game gives you, right? So it's not unrealistic, but the price that we're getting right now, I think, is extremely helping the series move at a faster pace than I think I anticipated. Now, a lot of other people are way ahead of me anyway, so maybe it'll help me catch up to them, because they started this series way before I did, right? We had to finish the 200 horsepower challenge beforehand for this series. That's the way that we had it set up, and they had at least a week and a half. Some of them had 2 weeks, I think, advantage on me. So I am behind in comparison to everybody else. Not that there's a race or anything like that, but I think you get what I mean, right? I'm behind as far as number of episodes out, how big my farm is, all that at this point, right? So maybe I could utilize that as a way to catch up, right? I don't know. I'll think about it some more and make my decision, I guess. But I would love to have that sprayer. That's an awesome sprayer. I've never used it before. Pretty big. That's what I'm saying. It's almost too big, right? Let's do a quick save here while we're doing this. Make sure nothing crashes. .48 meter width. And just one pass and we're done with all of our fields. We could utilize that for a lot of things, really. We could probably get rid of the solid fertilizer sprayer and just use that. It would probably cost us more money, though. But maybe eventually, probably not even maybe, it's probably, if we stick with the wood chips that we have, I mean, eventually it's probably not going to make that big of a difference. We'll have so much money, it probably won't make a difference. Now, the thing is, when we finally do get back around to June, which is when I wanted to actually have, this series be stuck on, the prices are going to change again, right? They're going to stop fluctuating like they are now. Right now, the wood chips are a pretty hefty price, like you typically would get. So that's the reason why we're making so much money off of them. And the reason I'm trying not to do so much with them is because even though it's not, I kind of feel like it is a little bit. I mean, I guess I could have picked any month, right? I could have picked, I want to do December, or I want to do January for my constant month. I could have did that if I wanted to, right? But I'm kind of rambling right now. I don't know. So let's get into this, gang. Let's get the rest of this field done here, and then I'm going to go get the... uh-oh. There it was. I was hoping I was going to be able to end that before the battery died, but let me get this going again. I'll put a time lapse in here now. We'll get this field done, and then I'll get the wood chipper, the stump grinder out, and get the stumps grinded up.
responsible.
Alright, I got the worker beginning on this over here. Not too bad. Did take a while, but we got everything done. I don't think I missed any, so we're going there. Things are good. Let's do a quick save here. The grapes should be coming soon, I would think. Relatively soon. They might be the same time as the first oat field. We are actually putting oat in here. I think you saw that, but just saying it again, just to make sure, we are putting oat in there, so oat will be going in there and making us a lot of money, hopefully. So, now you might be asking, Z, you said you were going to mow and put some more grass into the pit. Well, we are. I just decided not to mow that section because that will give us 2 applications of fertilizer there. It's going to save us a little bit of money. We've got plenty of other areas to mow, and the one thing I don't really, I kind of mentioned it in the last episode, right, but I don't really know how wide I want to make this path, so that's what we're going to do with the smaller, skinny field we said we were going to do here, right? I'm going to try to figure out the best I can where I want the field to be with the mowing of the grass here. So I think, based off the fact that we made that field a little bit wider than I was initially anticipating, we'll eventually expand this one slightly. We'll put a track in between this one and that one, but a tiny track, smaller than the other tracks we have. We'll keep this tree here, and then just kind of go to the right of the tree here, or the left, depending on which way you're looking at it, right? Now, even though this field here specifically will be very skinny, it's still going to have a lot of crop in it because it is so long. It's going to be the distance of both of these fields combined. It just happens to not be as wide, right? And I understand what I'm doing now isn't going to be perfect. I'll try to, better it. I'll try to make it look better, or just make it better overall, I guess, when the time comes to actually cultivate it. Now, I don't think we're going to do it in this episode. It may be the next episode, but I don't think we're going to do it in this episode. All right. I'm going to stop it there on purpose. We're going to head all the way back up to the other side because I don't want to go too far down here if up there it doesn't, it's not where I want it to be at. The thing I want to do is I don't want to take up too much of this land here where we're actually making this field at, because this is some of the flattest land we have. And as you know, if you put anything down, the flatter the land, the better, right? So I'm fine to take up some of it. But you can see, like right here, this is very, very flat land. So we're kind of taking up prime real estate here by doing what we're doing. I think what I'm going to do is kind of put it to the right of these trees. Maybe. Or around that. Somewhere around there I think would be good. It was not the best job there, but I think you get what I'm trying to do here. I'm going to make it a little straighter, I think. Because this probably will end up being another root crop of some sort, this field. Skinny, straight fields, for the most part, are really good for root crops because of the actual harvester, right? And the way you drill it, too, really, for that matter. So yeah, I think it'll be good. Just if I go literally really close to this tree here. As a matter of fact, I think here's what I'm going to do. Slight change of plans again, real quick. That way we know for sure where to end it at. Let's just kind of line it up with this tree and then head that way. Somewhere around there, I think. Yeah, that'll work. Now, this is getting us a lot closer than I had initially anticipated to this shed, but that's okay. That's all right. We still have room for a track, which is the most important thing there. To go next to it right here, right? Because we're still kind of trying to lay everything out still, right? We don't really know where everything's going to end up being at yet. Plus, this is only, you know, farm 1. We have to build a farm 2 eventually, according to the rules. Now, technically, the rules for part 1, we're really far along actually already. We've got everything we need with the exception of putting the animals in and getting the wheat, or the flour rather, going. Now, we've got a lot of crop in the ground that's going to make us that flour, but we don't quite have that done yet, right? We've got to get some fields going first, ready to harvest first before that can happen. So I think we're just gonna do the best we can here. I'm not the best at it, but do the best I can here to keep this line here going straight back as much as possible, and then that way we've got our outline here of what we're going to do. A lot of trees to get rid of, a lot more trees to get rid of, and I'm gonna be honest with you, taking them from here all the way over to where I put our wood chip at, it's not the easiest thing to do. It's not the most fun thing to do either. It's very they keep getting hit on stuff, and it's hard to get them over there because I can go over some of the crop, but some of the crops been germinated too much now where if I drive over it's going to kill it. So yeah, well, I guess we'll leave it at that point. It's kind of difficult sometimes to get to accomplish taking the trees from this side all the way over to there. Now, the reason we put it over there to begin with is because most of the tree work we're going to be doing is over there, but there are a few trees here that we have to get rid of to make our fields, and that's kind of the point we're stuck with here. Now, it certainly looks like I could go a little bit further because I went a little bit further the other field, but I'm going to say this is sufficient enough. Yeah, we'll go with that. It's good. He is going to need some more seed and fertilizer soon. You saw it's a much bigger field than it might anticipate look like, and or just looking at it may not seem like it's that big. But it was running out of seed and fertilizer. It was already at like 70% when I let the worker take over. Right, it was around there at least. So. In a section of grass. Thought I was going straight. I guess I veered off there a little bit. Whoops. So I think what we'll do here, gang, is you've seen me do this a bunch. You've seen me do everything that I've done this episode so far a bunch. Let's do a bit of a jump cut here. Let me get the rest of this field mowed up. I don't know if I'll actually take the trees out today or not, or if I just kind of mow around them. I really haven't decided that yet. I think I'm probably... I don't know, maybe. I might. I haven't fully decided that yet. And I really need to think about this again. I do want it, but I just don't think it makes a whole lot of sense, really. That's a lot of money. Granted, it's probably not that many trees taken over to the wood chips, but it is a lot of money nonetheless. Yeah, so let me get this field mowed up and whatever, and then I'll decide on that as well, and mowing down trees, cutting down trees. I guess it could be like mowing down trees, cutting down trees and all that stuff if I want to do that or potentially something else. All right, so I said I'm going to leave the trees here for right now. I'll probably get rid of them off camera between now and the next episode, more than likely. I'm just kind of mowing around them. And then I'm going to make the decision on if I get that sprayer or not by selling more trees between this and the next episode as well. I just don't... I really don't know which way I want to go yet, so I want to kind of sit on it for a little bit and think about it between now and the next episode, I guess, is where I'm at. So it could be a surprise in the next episode and I have it, or maybe I just come back and say, no, I've decided it was just too much and we're not going to do it. I know I'm missing bits of grass here that I could be, putting into the pit, but I'm not that concerned about it. I'm really not. It's not that big of a deal. We've got grass for days. So much grass. Because it may look like it because we've got lots of massive fields now, but we really haven't even scratched the surface on our land yet. So... So we get the rest of this field done here, and then we'll see about getting most of this picked up and put into the pit and put the cover on the pit and start making a little bit of money here soon off the grass being turned into silage. As I mentioned, the tank was going to be empty at some point. It actually went further than I expected the worker to get, but I just filled it back up, so the worker's going again. We're nearly done with the mowing here. One more little strip down here, and then we're done. Doesn't seem like a lot, but there's a lot of grass there, gang. I promise. There's a lot of grass there. It's going to be a pretty decent-sized pit again. All things considered. This thing just turns on a dime, and it spins too far when you turn, sometimes. Alright, pretty much done. There's one little tiny strip here I'm going to get, and then we're done. Perfect, that's done. So we can go put this away, and we'll go grab, we'll use the other tractor, I think, for now, and get the loading wagon, and start getting this grass put into the pit. All right, well, we're still going strong here, getting all the grass up. We still got a ways to go, and you can see how big that pit has become. Those are some really high mountains of grass there. Now they're going to get flattened out, obviously, and a lot of it's probably going to spill out the ends, but it's okay. There's still a good amount of grass in there. It's going to make us a lot of money when it becomes time, I guess I should say, to sell it. And I felt like it was a long enough time lapse there. We've done 2 of them now that I wanted to go ahead and just cut that one off. I told you there's a lot more grass here than you thought. A lot more. So let me just do a jump cut here. Let me get the rest of this done, because I don't have a whole lot else to say right now. So let me get this done, and I'll be back with you, and we'll put the tarp on. All right, gang, well, this is taking much longer than I expected. I ended up even going back and buying a roller, a silage roller, to try to help. And it is helping a little bit, but it's not doing as good as I thought it was going to do. I've never really used one of these. I always just drive over it with a tractor or something else. I put too much, I think, in one little spot. So we're doing the best we can here. We're trying to get through it. It's 154,000 liters of chaff. So this is going to be a lot of money when it comes time to actually get this out of here. It's going to be a pain to get it out of here, but when it does come time to get it out here, it's going to be a lot of money. So I'll continue to go through this. I'll get all of this done. I'll put the tarp over it. And, yeah, we'll leave the episode there, gang. So hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe if you're new. It's free, helps me a ton. Check my other channel out if you want to as well. I've got some new stuff coming out there. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 playthrough just started. So check that out if you're interested in that. And I'm still running through a challenge with Dynasty Warriors 6 Empires with Zhou Yun per a subscriber request. So check all that out if that interests you at all. And until next time, I'll catch each and every single one of you in the next episode.